into. At the beginning of the film, some police officers are shown standing outside a room. The cops were all gesticulating at the same time. The police officers slam the door of the room. There was a girl working on a computer. When the cops asked her to raise her hand, she does the same thing and raises her hands. Some police officers were stationed on the ground floor of the building. 2 agents approached those officers and said, "We told you not to go into this room. Why didn't you listen to us? What drew you there?" "A lot of security for a girl," says the cop. "My people are bringing her." The agent tells, "Your people are being killed by the girl." It happens the same. The girl ends those police officers in the room. After it, the girl calls her boss. Her boss asks her to move and go to a phone booth that is at a distance. The girl escapes from there. The agents also notice the girl. They follow her. The girl was so active and fast. The agents were also fast and active. The girl arrives at the phone booth while running. A truck was also noticed there. The truck was coming to the telephone booth. The girl runs inside the telephone booth. She picks up the receiver, but the truck hits the telephone booth. The agents come out of the truck. They see the telephone booth, there was none. They say she escaped, but actually, they were searching for a boy. His name was Neo. Neo is shown he was a hacker and was sleeping near his computer. Meanwhile, there is a message on his computer. "Wake up, Neo." There was another message when he reads the message. The message was to follow the white rabbit. Neo was shocked seeing from where the messages are coming. Who is sending those messages? At the same time, he gets another message, then someone knocks at the door. Neo checks and there were his friends. They come to buy software from Neo. Neo gives them the software after taking the money. Neo's friend asks him to come with them, it will be fun. Neo refuses to go with them. Meanwhile, Neo notices a white rabbit tattoo on a girl's shoulder. Neo says, "Okay, I will go with you." After it, Neo moves with them. They go to a club. Neo was standing alone there. Meanwhile, the girl shown at the start of the movie comes to Neo. It means who ended those police officers. This girl was named Trinity. Trinity says, "Hello, Neo," and Neo asks her, "Do you know me?" She says, "Yes, I know everything about you. I know you come here in search of anyone. Actually, you are in search of the answers to your questions. You know your question very well." Neo asks her his question, "What is magic?" She says, "You will get the answer. A man Morpheus is searching for you. Soon he will find you." The next day, Neo receives a parcel when he goes to the office. There was a mobile phone inside the parcel. As Neo takes out the mobile, the phone rings and he says hello while picking up the call. There is a voice, "Hello Neo, do you know who am I?" On it, Neo replies, "Morpheus." He responds, "Yes, I am Morpheus, as you correctly identified." He says to Neo, "I was searching for you. You are a supernatural power, but unluckily we have a short time." He tells Neo there is danger around you. You can check. Neo checks, there were 3 agents and those were the agents who attacked Trinity before. Neo asks what they want from me. Morpheus says, "I don't know, but they will treat you badly. If you want to move from here, so obey me." Later, Morpheus guides Neo to escape from there, but Neo couldn't run. The agents catch him and take Neo to their cell. They tell him a man named Morpheus have contacted you. He is the huge terrorist of this world. We want you to meet him and bring him to us. In return, we will forgive your sin and bad habits. Because they know Neo is a hacker. They tell Neo, hacking is a sin. If you will help us, we will forgive your all sins. We will also release you from here. Neo says, I want to call my lawyer. The agent says, "What will you say to your lawyer? If there will be no tongue in your mouth." Neo's face was stuck, and as he watched, his face vanished. After it, the agents lay him down on a table and take out a transmitter. It becomes an insect. The insect goes inside Neo's belly. Neo wakes up with a jerk and receives Morpheus's call. He says, "They approach you before me. If they will discover you are a savior, they will end you. If you want to meet me, come under a bridge." A car arrives when Neo goes there. Two girls were sitting in the car and Trinity was also in the car. The girl asks Neo to remove his shirt when he sits in the car. Neo refuses at first. Later the girl makes him understand and he removes his shirt. The girl takes out the insect from Neo's belly with a machine-like gun. Neo has seen in his dreams the agents were putting it in his belly. That wasn't a dream, it was real, and Neo was feeling it a dream. The insect-like transmitter, due to its help the agents were keeping an eye on Neo. They were seeing him doing all activities. They throw the transmitter. Then they took Neo to Morpheus. Morpheus says, "I know why you come here. You know everything but couldn't explain. You know something is wrong in the world but don't know what is wrong. This is the question that pulled you here today. You know very well what am I talking about." Neo asks, "Magic." Morpheus says, "You want to know what is magic?" Neo says, "Yes, tell me." Morpheus says, "This whole world is magic. However, the truth about the world is being kept from you." Noe asks, "Which truth?" Morpheus says, "The magic can't be understood unluckily. You have to understand it yourself." After it, Morpheus shows him two bullets. A blue and red. He says, "Neo, if you will eat the blue tablet you will go back to your world. You will never know the meaning of the magic. If you will eat the red tablet you will be near the truth." Here, Neo eats the red bullet. Morpheus takes him to another room. There were many machines and it was their operating room. After it, they put many sensors in Neo's body. Morpheus tells him, "The red tablet you have eaten is a computer program. It will help you to bring you in your real body." Neo asks, "What does it mean?" Morpheus says, "You will get it after some time." There was a mirror near Neo and it was melting. When Neo touches it, it completely melts and combines with Neo's body. Neo gets faint when it happens. Then a human like Neo awakes somewhere else. He was packed in a huge plastic bag. The plastic bag was full of liquid. There were wires in that human's body. When he sees around, there were many other people like him. They were also packed in a plastic bag and filled with liquid. Then a flying machine arrives and takes out all his wires. After it, someone opens the bag from the downside and falls into the water. Meanwhile, someone comes and takes him. There were Morpheus and his team members when he awakes. He asks, "Am I alive?" They say, "Yes, you are alive." He asks, "Why my eyes are burning?" They replied, "You opened them for the first time, that's why. Your body is weak yet. Take a rest, we will talk later." Neo becomes fine and goes to Morpheus. Here, Morpheus says, "You wanted to know what is magic." He says, "Yes." Morpheus says, "Okay, come with me." Later, he makes Neo sits in a chair. He connects his brain to a computer program. Noe goes inside the computer program. Morpheus was also there. Morpheus tells him this is a special computer program. With its help, we can put anything into the mind. Like any dressing, training, and weapon, etc. Neo asks him, "Are we in real in the computer program?" Morpheus says, "Yes, don't you believe? Look at your clothes, hair, and face. Everything is changed." Morpheus says, "You know the world of the 20th century. Now, this is an imaginary world. This is the world we call magic, and you live in it until today. This is today's world, and while saying this he shows him a world on screen. It was dark, and Morpheus says the real world is this. You were in the dream world till today. That wasn't the real world. Morpheus says according to our information, humans made intelligent computers in the 21st century. Those computers have the ability to think. One of the computers made its army. Later, it did fight with humans. The humans won the war, but they lost the sun for always. The sun never returned to the world after the war, but machines require it to charge. The machines know the human body can produce heat. That will fulfill the sun's absence. To overcome their energy deficiency, the machines started growing humans. The massive human fields were made here. Not crops only were humans sown, but I also witnessed this perilous scene. Neo also has seen the scene means when he awakes in that bag. He didn't understand anything. Morpheus means the machines in this world are powerful and intelligent. That use humans to keep them alive to get the energy. That's why they sow the humans and produce the humans. The humans are alive but not in the senses. Because they all are in a sleeping chamber. Their food is the dead humans are being melted and being fed to those humans who are in the sleeping chamber. Neo asks him, what is magic? Morpheus says this is a computer program machines have made for humans. So they will control the humans. This is the dream world, not real. Neo says after hearing this, I don't believe this. Morpheus says yes. I know, but this is the truth. You have to accept this truth. Neo couldn't understand after hearing all this. He asks him to take him out immediately from this computer program. Coming out, Neo says I don't believe you. Saying this, Neo gets faint. Morpheus was in front when he awakes. Morpheus, he says, it's best if you don't tell me everything. Morpheus inquires, didn't you want to be free of the spell? Neo doesn't answer this. Morpheus claims that the dream world in which you lived until today, it is the 20th century's world. When in reality, we are in the 22nd century. Then he tells Neo when the magic produced a human was produced. Consists of a lot of greed and supernatural powers. What we are doing today was initiative of him. He also has many powers to control the magic. He can also make us free from this magic. But he died. After his death, Oracle gives this prediction. The savior of powers will again be born. He will destroy this magic. He will release us from the magic and will stop the war. That's why we kept returning to the magic in search of the power savior. Today our search is completed because the power of savior is you. Then he connects Neo's brain to a computer. They implanted fighting skills in Neo's mind, now possesses excellent fighting abilities. Neo goes to a computer program with Morpheus. The fighting practice was going on there. Noah and Morpheus. Later, Morpheus jumps from one building to another. It was at a far distance. He asks Neo to do this. Neo asks him, can I do this? On it, he says yes, you should have believed in yourself. But when Neo does this he couldn't jump. He falls on the earth. He awakes but his nose was bleeding. Seeing the blood, Neo says I think it was an imaginary world. Morpheus says, your mind can make it real. If we will die in the imaginary world we will also die here. Morpheus says the human body is nothing without a mind. When they go to the imaginary world their body remains here. Only their mind go into the imaginary world. Morpheus tells the agents are so powerful in the imaginary world. Because it was an imaginary world so their powers are also limited. It is also true that the human who stood up to the machines did not survive. He says, but I know you will win, and Neo asks, will I be saved from the bullets? Morpheus says, if you will be ready completely the bullets will not harm you. Trinity is shown in love with Neo. Their team member Cypher was jealous of this. Because he loves Trinity, he meets the agents and says, I wanted to go back to the imaginary world. Send my body to the energy center. To remove all memories that I live as a human. I want to become rich like a celebrity in the world. The agent says you will get what you ask for. Just give us the code of the Zion City computer. To get the Zion City code means they will get their address. If they get the code, the agents will destroy everything. Like their machines, flying sources, and their platforms. Cypher says I don't have the computer code of Zion City. I will hand over the man who is having the code. It means Morpheus. It is shown Morpheus takes Neo to an oracle. The oracle asks him, do you feel you are a savior? Neo says I don't know, I can't say anything about it. After it, the oracle sees Neo's hand and face. She says, you have a lot of talent, but maybe you are waiting for something. The oracle tells him, in your life there will be a time. Morpheus' life will be there, and you will be on the other side. Then you must choose between two lives. After it, Neo and his team return to their place. They were passing from a building. Meanwhile, Neo notices a black cat. Moving forward, Neo sees the same black cat. He tells his team, I have seen a black cat. When it goes, I have seen another one. They understand there is something wrong. Cypher has done something wrong here. When they went to the oracle, Cypher has thrown his cell into the dustbin. So the agents will know their location. He was also in Morpheus's team. They will make this building magical once they learn about them. Cypher was doing all this to trap them. It happens the same, they all were trapped. All the exit ways were closed and the agents also arrive with their team. They have only one way to go out. On the 8th floor, they have to move with the wall's support from the 8th floor. The agents discover they are on the 8th floor but don't know where they are. The agents were searching for them inside the 8th floor. But they were outside on the other side of the wall. Cypher coughs willingly, and as a result, the agents realize they are behind the wall. They start shooting bullets. Meanwhile, an agent holds Neo while breaking the wall. Morpheus moves while breaking the wall just as he was about to pull him towards him. He saves Neo. Here, he makes himself captured by them. After it, they all run. While running, Cypher willingly falls down. So the agents will hold him because he was with them. Others run but agents hold Cypher. After it, Cypher calls his main ship. It means where their bodies were. Cypher tells a lie here. That our car gets into an accident and I am saved, so take me back. He was said to go back to the phone booth near him. From there, he will be taken back. The noticing thing is their brain can return to their body through phone. Whenever they will go to the imaginary world will come back through phone. That's why there are phones everywhere in the imaginary world. So they will come back to the real world with its help. After it, Cypher gets his mind back into his body. Later, Cypher ends all the operators when they were contacting others. Trinity calls the operator and Cypher receives the call. Here, Cypher reveals that I have done all this. I have trapped Morpheus. Now I am tired of this world. I want to come back into the imaginary world. She claims that it is not a real world, but rather an imaginary one. This is the real world, he says. This world is hell. The other world is better than this. I loved you and you chose Neo. Now you will see everyone dying one by one. Then Cypher removes their brain wires one by one. Due to it, 2 of them die. Cypher asks Trinity, do you think Neo is a savior? She says yes. Cypher says, okay, let's see who will save your savior. I will take out his wire from here, then I will see who will save him. After it, as Cypher was about to take out the wire, one of the men was alive whom he ended. He ends Cypher here. He calls Neo and Trinity and calls them to his ship. On another side, agents are shown while holding Morpheus. They tell Morpheus, we have made heaven's world before. There was happiness. The crop of humans was ruined. The humans try to wake up in the heaven world. Later, we made a world there were sorrows and troubles. There was everything to which a person was addicted. The humans want all this, that's why we made another world. The agents want to know the computer code of Zion City at any cost. If they will get the code, they will destroy their city and spaceship. Zion City is still in the center of the earth. Humans live there, but because they are machines, they have no idea what is going on. They want to know the code so they will end the city and humans as well. But Morpheus will not give them the code. No matter if he will lose his life. Morpheus is given an injection. His body will gradually slow down. After it, Morpheus will tell them the code. Morpheus's hold them know this. Because they see all activities of Morpheus's brain on the computer. They decide to take out the wire from Morpheus's brain. So Morpheus will die and will get the code. Neo says, don't do this, I will go to save him. Trinity also goes with Neo. Neo does this because Oracle has told him there will be a time in his life when you have to choose between your life and Morpheus's. According to Neo, Morpheus is an important human. He is a special human. Neo decides, no matter if my life will be lost, I will save Morpheus. It wasn't until today that Neo and Trinity attacked the agents. That a human attacked machines. Because the machines are powerful and dangerous as well. They take Morpheus from there while saving him. After saving Morpheus, Neo says, the Oracle told me only one will be saved. Morpheus says, the Oracle said what you wanted to hear. Oracle didn't say that you are the savior for whom everyone is waiting. She said to Neo, Morpheus believes in you. He feels you are the savior and he can even die for you. Then Morpheus says to his operator to get us back from his imaginary world. The operator asks them to reach the phone booth near the railway station. I will take you back from there. When they arrive, Morpheus goes there first, and when Trinity moves, the agent arrives and shoots the bullet. It hits the receiver. But till then Trinity has gone and Neo was alone there. The receiver is also broken. Neo has no way to go and there is a heavy fight between Neo and the agent. The agent wants to crash Neo under the train. Neo runs from there while pushing the agent there. Due to it, the agent comes under the train. But it was a machine so it doesn't get any effect. The train's door opens and the agent comes out. Neo runs from there. Then it is shown the machines discover the location where Morpheus, Trinity was. The machine is moving towards them for attacking them. They have an AMT button, with it they can destroy the machines. Trinity says, we can't use this AMT before Neo arrives. Morpheus says, don't worry, he will come. Because Morpheus believes that he is the savior. Neo was running towards the phone through which he can return. As he reaches near the phone, the agent arrives. Here, it shoots many bullets at Neo. Due to it, Neo dies. Seeing it, Morpheus and Trinity become sad. Trinity says while weeping that Oracle told me the person whom I love will be the savior. I haven't any fear because I am in love with you. You are the savior and can't die. It is shown in the imaginary world Neo has revived. The three agents were shocked and shoot bullets at him. He moves his hand towards the bullets and they stop. He picks a bullet and throws it down. The other bullets also fall down. After it, the main agent fights with Neo. Neo easily defeats it now that he is more powerful. Because he is the savior. For whom the people were waiting for. Neo sees those agents like a computer code. This was their real getup. Then Neo goes inside an agent's body and blasts it. Then he comes out. Trinity and Morpheus discover this in the ship. That Neo has revived and again fighting with the agents. Meanwhile, the machines attacked their ship. Neo has ended an agent and the rest two escaped. The phone rings through which Neo has to go to his world. He has to leave this imaginary world when the machines were about to end them. Meanwhile, Morpheus presses the AMT button. Neo also picks the phone and returns to his world. Due to pressing the AMT button, the machines which come to end them get destroyed. The protectors of the magic, I know you're listening to me, says Neo as he dials the phone booth. I know you are scared of the human world. Now I will free everyone who is trapped in the magical world. And will show them the world there will be no machines to rule. It means the world they have to see. The world in which there is no rule or control. Or no limits. Then Neo disconnects the phone. He flies through the air like Superman. This is the end of